Finally, the day has come when I announce the winner of the Tecno Spark 7 giveaway. But before I do that, let's talk about the good and bad about this smartphone. Hello everyone, Aman here from Mr. Phone, and in this video, I review the Tecno Spark 7. But before we start, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel and also press the bell icon so that you don't miss on any of our latest updates. Okay, before talking about the good, let's address the bad. But the thing is, there isn't a lot of bad about this smartphone considering its price. For instance, a USB Type-C port would have been better, or say more convenient in comparison to the micro USB port found on the Spark 7. Also, I would have loved to have the Google Discover page, which isn't here. But otherwise, as I said, there's not a lot of bad here when you take the price into consideration. Okay, now let's talk about the good stuff, and there are plenty of them. At the front, you get a 6.52-inch HD Plus LCD display, and because of the 20:9 aspect ratio, the phone doesn't feel too wide in the hands. In terms of actual display quality, I think for the price, Tecno has used a good panel here. Brightness levels are adequate, color reproduction is good, viewing angles are also decent, and most importantly, I did not notice any sort of bleeding around the edges, which is quite the problem with LCD displays. Side bezels are also thin, but the chin is thick, and I also don't mind the dewdrop notch here. Now turn the phone around, and this is where things get interesting. First of all, it doesn't look like a phone that costs about 8,500 rupees. I think it easily qualifies as an, I don't know, maybe a 15,000 rupees phone. Don't get me wrong, the Spark 7 is slightly on the heavier side, but build wise, for a sub 10,000 rupees phone, this one gets a huge thumbs up from my side. Apart from this, the buttons offer good tactile feedback. There's a rear-mounted physical fingerprint sensor that works flawlessly. You get triple slots on this phone, which again is great. Okay, I haven't mentioned the variants yet, so here they are. You get a choice of two, that is 2GB RAM plus 32GB storage, which is priced at about 7,700 rupees, and the one that I have, 3GB RAM plus 64GB storage, which is priced at about 8,500 rupees. The Tecno Spark 7 is powered by the MediaTek Helio A25 SoC, and right off the bat, I want to tell you guys that don't expect this phone to run all those high performance games, but in general day-to-day usage, this smartphone never felt underpowered at all. App opening times are fine, RAM management is also decent, and speaking of games, you can of course play casual titles, that won't be a problem here. Now for the software, there's iOS 7.5 atop Android 11, and it is a decent software skin. Yes, there is bloatware, but most of these apps can be uninstalled, and apart from that, you do get plenty of features in iOS such as App Twin, Smart Panel, Gesture Control, iOS Lab that lets you try new features and much more. Most importantly, the battery optimization is excellent here, and of course, the credit alone doesn't go to the software but also to the 6000 mAh battery under the hood. Now, I won't deny it takes about 2.5 hours to fully charge this phone, which can get annoying using the bundled charger, but with that said, battery life is off the charts on this thing. With medium to heavy usage, I was easily getting around 2 to 3 days of endurance with about 8 to 9 hours of screen on time. And I'm sure with lighter use, you can even get more endurance. Okay, now let's talk about the camera. You get a 16 megapixel main camera at the rear coupled with a 2 megapixel depth sensor. At the front, there's an 8 megapixel lens for selfies, but the interesting addition here is these dual front flash. In terms of camera performance, the Tecno Spark 7 does a decent job overall when it comes to clicking photos in ample lighting conditions, be it outdoors or indoors. So for an entry-level smartphone, I don't think so you will face much issues when it comes to the camera performance. Even while capturing human subjects, the camera did a decent job. Although I did notice a slight reddish hue while capturing selfies, but then again, I feel the overall camera performance is decent enough. And by the way, the dual front flash does help in getting better selfies in dim lighting. As for the video recording, once again, okay-ish performance I would say. Of course, the footage isn't stabilized, but generally for a sub 10,000 rupees phone, okay-ish performance and nothing great here. And for those who are interested in selfie videos shot from the Tecno Spark 7, well, this is how the output looks like. I know video recording is not a strength of the Tecno Spark 7, but I think so for the price, and I've mentioned this 1,000 times by now in this video, the price part. So for the price, I think so the phone does a decent job. But most importantly, guys, what do you think about the overall output, and how does my audio sound? Let me know everything in the comments below. Cheers. At a starting price of 7,699 rupees, there's not much to complain about the Tecno Spark 7. For an affordable budget, you're getting a good overall package with excellent battery life, and mind you, as I said earlier, this phone doesn't look like a sub 10,000 rupees smartphone. Good design and good battery life. And finally, the lucky subscriber who has won the Tecno Spark 7 is Sashank Raj Kashyap. Stay tuned, friend, we are going to contact you very soon. And so that was my review of the Tecno Spark 7. So guys, what do you think about the smartphone? Let me know everything in the comments below. As always, for all the latest in tech, stay tuned to Mr. Phone. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.